Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now I am progressing with the binding of my steampunk journal, Steampunk Blues, I think is the name of the kit that I'm using. I will link in the description box the first video of this series that shows how I selected my papers and prepared them ready for this video, and also how I created my covers. Okay, so I'm getting organised now to do my binding. I have stitched around all of my pages. I've got them all sorted and in order that I want them to be in, and I've got two signatures. So I've prepared my tabs to do my binding. Now you might notice that there's two different colours. That's because I dyed them in two different batches. I did the first one and then I realised I wouldn't have enough, and I didn't make the coffee mixture as strong for the second batch as I made for the first batch. So we've got an assortment of colours there, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to add them higgledy-piggledy and go with what may be. So these pieces are 1.5 inches long. They're 1 inch wide, 1.5 inches long, and I've cut the edges using my pinking shears. So for that dimension, I need to come out onto this page 3/4 of an inch. And to make it easier for myself, I'm taking my ruler and I'm just marking in 3/4 of an inch. So if I line up on that black line there, I'm 3/4 of an inch in. And I'm just doing that on all of my pages that are going to go in this signature. I'm going to just do this one signature here on camera. I will point out this one here. I had wanted to have it like that, but if I do that, by the time I bring my mark in here and do my binding, it's going to cut down the real estate on my pocket, so I've had to turn it in that way. So that's something you might like to think about when you are doing your journal. The other thing that I have done is I have turned these pages, so the prints from the digital, I've turned them so that when you open it you get the full spread. Instead of having it that way, so you get that page, then that, and then that, I've decided to go this way so that you get that full page per opening. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is decide how many tabs we're going to have down here. Now I'm thinking I'm going to have 5. So 1, 2, one in the middle is 3, and then 1 between each of those. So that will look something like that. So that will be the configuration of my binding. So really I only need to mark on these first two, or actually really on the first one, where my points are. I've got a zero, I've got a centering ruler here, so 3.5. So there's my centre. Let's come out to my. So that's my centre. Now I want to come down. Well, let's say I come down the 1/8 of an inch, and then I want to mark there, that will be the centre. And same here, come in the 1/8 of an inch and then mark there, and that will be the centre of my. Okay. Alright, so now I'm using art glitter glue to do mine. First of all, I'm going to apply, no I'm not, I'm going to use my fabric tack. I have got fabric tack and I always use my art glitter glue instead, so I've got this fabric glue. This comes from Kmart if you're in Australia, and I have used it before and I haven't had any problems with it. So now the actual tabs themselves are, it's cotton fabric, but I thought it was too thin. So what I've done is I've coffee dyed it. Let me show you what it looked like before. So this was the original colour, and this is the colour from the first dyed lot, and this is the colour from the second lot. So you can see it was quite bright, and while that went fairly well with that, I thought it would be too much, so I decided to dye them. And as I said, what I did was I used some iron-on interfacing, double-sided iron-on interfacing, put that on there, then folded it over and ironed. So I've got like a double layer of fabric with an interfacing in between. So it's pretty sturdy and shouldn't be any problem at all. Now, let's do this one. So I'm going to apply glue to the front half of the fabric, and I'm going to attach that so that the edge comes up to the line and the middle of it is about where that dot is. So I'm doing that. Oops. Make sure it stays in place. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. And I'm going to line that up to the line here, and I'm going to put the middle of this where the middle of that mark is, or that mark is in the middle. So there's a bit of blue over there. Okay, and now I'm going to do exactly the same for the middle section. So make sure we've got some blue to all areas, and then there's my middle mark. Line that up with the edge and stick that down. Then I'm going to erase the line that I drew there. Now you can erase your line as you go or after you've finished them all, and for the sake of this video I'm going to do mine after, because you don't want to sit there and watch me rub lines out. But I'm just doing this one so that you know that that is a requirement after you've got your tab stuck down. Okay, so that's our first page. Now our second page comes in here. I am going to be a bit pedantic here, and I'm going to measure. I'm going to hold that. I'm only going to do this for the first one on each area, and I'm going to find the centre, which is 1 1/4 and 1 1/4, so the centre is there, and the same here. Slightly less, but centre is there. Okay, so now I'm only going to put 2 tabs on this one. So same, apply our glue. And line that up. I should have put that mark out there, but there we go. Like so. And I might just transfer that tab a little mark out to there, and some glue on this one. And we're going to bring that centre there and stick that down. Now try and make sure that you're getting your tabs parallel with the top so that they're nice and straight. Okay, so that's that one. Now we're going to, the tabs that we attached on the first one, we're going to now stick them down onto this second page. And we need to make sure that we've got our pages lined up perfectly. Might be a good idea to put a paper clip on that. Just so that they stay in place. And now we're going to add glue to this. Now you don't need to take it right up to the fold and fold that over. Skip that one because that's the one we just stuck on the other side, and attach this one. Make sure you're folding it right over so that it's flush here. And now we're going to do the bottom one. I'm trying to make sure I get it fairly well to the outside edge and nice and firm around the fold. Okay, so now if we go back to our centre, to our front I mean, we've got, look at that, I haven't got that back far enough. Perhaps I will win that. So now open, open, open. So now we carry on with the next one. So line that up there. Glue on half. Line that up with the one underneath, making sure that we've got our tops lined up. Okay, next one. Two. Three. Flip that over, and because we've just added 3, we're going to fold back 2. Once again, I'm going to put paper clips on these to hold them in place. And now we're going to do the two that we did on the second page. Blue. Looks like that page is slightly wider, so I'm going to have to move that up like that. Rather not. And now we're sticking this one down, or back. And we've got our three still poking out from our third page. Now we'll do our fourth page, so that comes alongside of this, and we line up with the ones that we've folded back. So put that on that, line that up with that. And this one down here. Oops. Make sure that's lined up there. And press that down. Hold that over. And now we're going to attach the three that we attached on the previous page. So, three this time. Missed that one. Now this one. Missed that one. And this one. Okay, so now we can see how our binding is working. That one's not quite dry enough yet. Okay, so now we just continue on exactly the same all the way through. So we're going to add 3 this time because we've got 3 on this side, so we line up with the ones that we've already got there. Just adding blue to half of our tab. Now you don't have to do exactly the same as this. I was thinking actually of making my tabs 1 inch long so that they only came out onto the page at 1/2 inch, and I think that when I do it next time, that's probably what I'll do. So I'll just do this one more time, and then I'll leave. I won't do any more on camera. I'll just do the rest of it off camera because it's the same process all the way through. I'll come back. Just made a big mistake. I have made a big mistake. I haven't got my cover on here. And I need to have it on here. Let's get this done first. I think it will just mean that my cover will have 2 on it instead of 3. Okay. So burnish that down. Fold that over. So because we've just put 3 on, we're going to fold back the 2. Add our blue. Right, let me have a look at what I can do with the cover. Okay, so here's my covers. I showed you how I did them. I've painted them, stuck them on, and stitched around them. And yeah, so this was supposed to be on here, and this is supposed to I wonder if this is slightly bigger than my page, and I wonder if I put 2 on here and then attach them here, whether that would work. That's what I'm going to do and see if it works. Now, normally you would start with your cover first, but I forgot to do that. So you would have your 3 on the front here. Let me draw my line on. And I've got my place there for my 2. So let's add 2. And see if this is going to work. And there's my line, I think. And if I line that up with the 2 there, and do the same with, oh, it's got a straight edge. Do the same with this one. Pop on there. Line up with my line and the tab underneath it. Now, as I said, this is just winging it. I hope this is going to work. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the other side of the fabric and attach that on there like that, and hopefully it will work. Hopefully. So I'm adding some glue on here. Both of them. I'm going to line this up how I want it on here and attach them on there. It does mean that this page here's got 5 tabs on it, which it's not supposed to have, but let's move them back. I'll try that again. Alright, I'm going to sit them back like that, and I'm going to put this on there. It should be flat. I think what I might have to do Right, I'm going to have to make another front cover, and I'm going to add an, can I? Would that work? Alright, leave it with me, I'll come back when I got my problem sorted. Okay, I'm going to try something else before I give up on this. I'm going to add these two to the front cover. And I'm going to just let them dry for a minute. Made a bit of a mess there, haven't I? I'll see what I can do about that. Okay, so what I want to do now is put that on there, and I want these to go under there. Like that. I'll turn this first page over, and I'm going to attach these on here. I'm going to do the same for this one. Okay, I think that's going to work. Yep, that looks good. Okay, I will put a pocket or something over there to cover that. So I might do just a narrow pocket, or I don't know, I'll do something down there for that. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with my binding. As I said, there is no reason that you need to watch me do this, but I will come back and show you how I do the back cover. So there we go, you can see they're lining up fairly well. They're a bit out, but it doesn't make any difference. You can line these up anywhere. You don't have to have them all in a row like this. You can stagger them or just random them, whatever you prefer. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to continue on, and hopefully I won't make too many more mistakes. Okay, alright, I'll come back when I've done both signatures. Oh well, they're not really signatures when you do it this way, they just continue on after each other. So I'll attach all of my pages, and then when I'm ready to attach the back cover, I'll come back and show you how that's done. Now I thought I'd show you this. I've got a page here that's not full length, so, and it was supposed to have the 3 tabs folded over, so this one has got 2 tabs attached, and it's supposed to therefore have the 3 tabs folded over at the back. Now, of course, it's no good folding it back onto itself there like that. So what I'm going to do is attach 3 here. So I'm going to attach 3 here. Actually, I'm wondering whether I should just attach it back onto the page. Let's have a look. It's going to go on there like that. Come down a bit. Should I just fold those back on that? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I think I will. Because what I was thinking of doing is attaching this. That will fold over there, but that won't be able to. So yes, I think I'll have to attach this to this. Like that. And this one as well. Okay. Now I'm going to attach 3 onto this one as per the normal procedure. Fold that over, and now we're going to attach our 2 from the short page. Now I remember from last time I did this binding, glue did buckle some of the pages, some of the thinner pages. Yeah, so that's still bound in there nicely. Okay, alright, I just thought I'd show you that. I'm going to go back to doing it off camera because all the rest of them are full size. Although I have got a paper doily in here, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I may have to leave that out. It might be a bit too fragile. We'll see how we go. Alright, back soon. Okay, so I've come to the doily page. I have stuck the 2 tabs on it. Now I have to fold these back, but I'm going to have to trim that off, I think, because if I fold that back and that sticks to that, I won't be able to open the page properly. So what I'm going to do is trim this back to that page and trim that right off of there. So I've got my head in the way to get right over this. And let's line these up again. Can afford to drop that back a little bit. I'm going to trim this one off just about 1/8 of an inch. And see how that goes. So now add my glue on here. I don't know how sturdy this is going to be because that part of the doily is pretty flimsy. And this one, let's fold that one through, and the middle one. I'm going to have to open this page and wipe that glue up because it's going through those holes in the doily, and I'll probably stick the page together, which it would have. So I'm just going to have to let that dry like that for a few minutes. Okay, so what does that look like on the spine? It's okay. You can see my, for all my measuring, my things are going a bit offline. Not that that's a problem. So that's that page, and I'm going to leave that open for a good while to let that dry completely because I don't want it gluing that page shut. Okay, so I have finished putting all of my pages in. I haven't put in as many pages as I'd planned to. I have still got these pages left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I think that this is big enough. It is quite fat, and yeah, I thought that this was enough. So now I've finished up with a 3-tab poking out, and you'll want to do that. You want to make sure you've got the 3 tabs so that your back cover is sitting on here nice and firmly. Now you take your back cover and you don't add any extra tabs to that. All you do now is position your back cover on there. Like so, and stick it in place. Fold those over, wipe the excess off. So you can see I'm holding this quite firmly in place because I want to make sure that I've got it in the right position. Adding glue. I'm still using my Papercraft even though I'm back onto paper. And now so many bits of glue and stuff going on here. Bits of cotton and whatever. Okay, so there we have it. Our very busy or very fat. Now bear in mind this has not got any embellishments in it as yet, so it is going to end up quite chunky. Now the thing I like about this binding is that it opens flat. Whatever you're doing, you've got a nice flat surface to do it on. So this is what it looks like. So one page you've got your hinges, one page is completely open. Hinges, 2-inch hinges, open, 3 hinges, open, 2 hinges, open, 3 hinges, open. Here's our little short one where we cut our, well that's open, and then here we cut our things off so that they could tuck under. Open, 2 hinges, open, 3 hinges, open, 2 hinges. And here's our doily that we did. Open, 3 hinges, open, 2 hinges, open, and so on all the way through. So now I have to go through this and rub off my lines. I don't know how many pages are actually in here. I'll count them up sometime. This is the first time I've actually gone through it and opened up all the pages. So these ones here at the back area are still quite a bit damp. Now this one you can see I only put 2 hinges on this, so because I've dropped it down, so when this one was attached for the 3 hinges, you'll find that there's no hinge at the top. See, there's only the 2 hinges, the 1 hinge up here is missing. But that doesn't matter, it still holds in place okay. So these pages are still very wet because I've only just stuck these in. And there we have it. So that's my video for today. As you can see, there's that one that I said, you know, I didn't put one in because of the shorter blue page there. Still stays in there nicely. Alright, so that's it for my video for today. I will use these 2 coffee dyed envelopes. They were like this sort of blue when they started, and I've coffee dyed them as well. And I'll use them as flips or whatever in the journal somewhere. I was going to bind them in, but yeah, it just got too much. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, I'd love it if you would subscribe or give me a thumbs up if you're already a subscriber. That would be great. And I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.